Just letting you look at my garment I got on. Oh Lord, y'all could have told me I had food on my mouth. Anyway, oh that's my lip. Ugh. But anyway, um, I just want to share with people about God. I believe God is real and God is a frequency. I don't think He's this personified, omnipresent, omnipotent force that has the mindset of a human being, because that's not what I experienced when I spoke to Him. And you can speak to God too, because God is just a frequency. He's not a person. He's not a man in the sky. He is within you. He is your own voice within yourself. God is in you. God is in everybody. Because God is just a frequency that you can tap into with your mind, with your third eye. And that's what I did. And some ways that you can do that is through meditation or listening to music. Um, and what you do is when you meditate, notice how you change. You may have been, hold on. There was a truck passing by. But anyway, notice how you change when you meditate, how your frequency changes. And you will begin to notice, if you're sensitive enough, that there are frequencies passing you by as you meditate through your third eye, maybe even through your entire body. And what you do is, when you feel a frequency that you want to hop on or tap into, you catch it with your third eye. You catch it with your mind. Don't visualize a hand grabbing it or visualize the frequencies. For some reason, visualizations don't work for me. I have to do it to fucking do it. Don't visualize anything. Just hop on that frequency and lock into it and let it take over your entire body. You may even start rocking back and forth, or your hands might start moving, or your head may start spinning or something. That's natural. But just lock into the frequency, and eventually that frequency will speak to you. It has information in it. So lock into it and just stay with it, stay balanced, because sometimes it's tricky, it's slippery. But stay balanced and in tune to that frequency until you start hearing communication. And what this frequency I tapped into communicated to me is that, well, life doesn't really have a purpose. And the meaning of life is death. Because Earth is not your home. Earth is not your place, is what it told me. It's not your home. And that all the pain, the suffering, the triumphs, the victories, they don't even matter. They don't matter. Which is why most people don't even remember their previous lives. They're just born again. They reincarnate. Because what you do doesn't fucking matter. You're just doing shit. Do you honestly think that the people you helped and the money you made and all the pleasurable experiences you had and all the suffering you had is weighing any bearing in the spirit realm? No, because man has free will. You made a decision to incarnate here, or you were sent here, and you get the parents that you get the environment, the country that you incarnated on, you get the environment, the government, and all that. All that was constructed by man. This money, cars, education, all this was constructed by man's free will. We decided that this is what we wanted on this planet. None of that is spiritual. None of that is spiritual. None of that has to do with your ascension or your spiritual enlightenment. Which is why none of it matters. And I was a little perturbed. I was a little puzzled by it, because I don't want to be a nobody, but that seems like what this frequency was implying that I should do. I was like, I don't want to be a band director. It's like you can be a band director, but we're ready for you to come home. And I was like, well, it's obviously not my time. I'm still here. I don't want to kill myself. And they was like, well, if you want to become a band director, you may have to come back. It's all about timing. It's all about timing. But they said that people that come here are damned. We're damned because we come here suffering. There's children dying of hunger, people being raped, molested, parents who are not raising their children, drugs, addictions, diseases. Does this place sound like home to you? And I was like, I still wasn't convinced, even though I came from a place of suffering, trying to hear these voices, trying to tap into these frequencies. But it made me flip the script because I didn't want to hear that. I mean, I've been here for 23 years. I don't want to think lowly of the planet Earth. It's full of vegetation, water, the blue sky, the sun. And I was like, but this place is beautiful. And they asked me, what is beautiful? And I was like, something that's pleasing to the eye. They asked me, what is pleasing? I was like, something nice. And it was like, what is nice? So I was like, something good. And they understood. But they said that this planet has nothing to offer you but food. And when you think about it, that's what it's all about. I mean, sure, we have dream jobs and careers that we love. If you're lucky, you get a job that you like and you make good money to support yourself. But at the end of the day, you're getting that job because you need that money. That's why they call it a dream job. They don't call it dream volunteer work. You finna go and volunteer for the rest of your life and not get paid for the deeds that you do? No, because you need that money to make sure your health is okay. Make sure you have health care, food, shelter. All these things. It's just about survival here. At the root of it all, it's about survival. I didn't ask them about love. I may ask them later when I meditate again, because I'm sure that's going to come up in the comments. But at the end of the day, it's about survival. Science tells us this. Like, we're nothing but hormones and chemicals. And what drives us to do the things that we do are predicated upon these hormones and these chemicals, these drives, these primitive drives and urges, primarily. But anyway, they said that this is not your place. This is not your home. This place is damned. Well, and that demons run this place. That's why you have pain and suffering. And they said pain is unjustifiable. What do I mean by that? A lot of New Age people, philosophers, even spiritual gurus and religious people, they say you learn through your painful experiences, and that when you suffer, you get closer to God, or you're more like God. Which they did say this frequency I tapped into did say your suffering brought you closer to me. But at the end of the day, don't you think man is smarter than that? Don't you think our characters are better than that? We're living little gods. We are divine creatures. And we're intelligent. Even babies. We don't have to learn through pain. We don't have to build character through hurt. Because you get scars, you get wounds, you get wounded from that stuff. And what do you do about the wounds? You have to heal yourself. If you have the capacity to suffer and still have the intelligence to not play the victim, to not give up, to not blame others, to not turn around and victimize somebody else. If you can take painful experiences, learn from them, and heal from them, don't you think that pain is unnecessary to begin with? You already had what it took before the trials and tribulations came in. You didn't have to go through that. So it didn't fucking matter, is what they told me. Nothing here fucking matters. And so it's a truck passing by. But anyway, if you're going through bad times, it's because this place is run by demons. And not only that, because we have to take responsibility for our actions. It's just errors that man is making here. And that's because here we are damned. We are in physical bodies. We're in little prison suits. And I know they teach that in Vedic, in the Vedas. And it must be some truth to it, because this frequency was not Vedic entity. It didn't show me its face, it didn't show me anything. It was just a voice. And it was saying the same thing. It was saying the same thing. And so I resonated with it. We don't have to go through hardships to learn things, to become better people. Because whatever greatness is within us is going to manifest regardless. Because take, for example, it's this story of this man who broke his leg. That's bad. Why would God let somebody break their leg? I was born here and fully intact. Why is my leg broken? But then there were people being drafted to war. And so because of his broken leg, he didn't have to go off to war. He didn't have to be a soldier. So you could say that's a blessing in disguise. But if you investigate deeper, if you go further, you know, sure, everything happens for a reason. But in reality, he simply broke his leg. And they did say it was about timing. That is something they said. But so the timing was right. But at the end of the day, people, he broke his leg. He just broke his damn leg. That's all that happened. Shit happens like that. You get injured here. And then why did his broken leg have to protect him from the war? Why is there war in the first place? Why weren't other people protected? Why weren't other people's legs broken so they didn't have to go to war? Why just this one person? Why not live on this planet peacefully and not have wars and not have other countries that are doing without, while other countries are just in abundance, just have too much? Why the disparity? Why the disparateness? Why the differences? Because man is damned. Man is a fool. Man is greedy. The people that run this planet are not for your highest good. So if they get to be in charge, what does that say about us? Why should we have to fall under authorities who have no interest in us at all? All they care about is money and power. And money is not even real. Money is paper. It burns. It gets soaked in the water. It burns in the fire. It blows in the wind. It's nothing you can really stand on. It's just that these governments and the people that run them have put value on these money, on these dollars, on these fiat notes. And now we have to build our whole lives around chasing paper. Simple paper. When the earth provides your every need, no cost to you. But we don't get to have that experience because man is foolish. We are damned. And I know that doesn't sound right, but I think it's true. I do. Now, once you learn how to tap into these frequencies by meditating, listening to music, it doesn't have to be high vibration music, because the music I was listening to, you should have heard the lyrics talking about push me to the edge, all my friends are dead. And that could have been why my information came to me like that, because the frequency of that song had to match the frequency of the information. So I did change it to a heart meditation. So I meditated to this heart meditation, and the information changed. They were saying that you need to come out of your suffering, come out of your body. And the tone changed. They were just saying, come out of your suffering, come out of your body. And they were saying you can still be here, you can chase your dreams, but they were saying that dreams are fallacies. They did not like the word dream for some reason. I kept saying that people follow their dreams, they have dream jobs, blah, 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 blah. They did not like the word dream. I don't know why. But a dream job, the dream partner, I mean, it's what it says. It's a dream. It's not real. You're just doing something. These experiences don't fucking count. They don't. And that's another thing. If karma were really real, if you get punished for your actions, I mean, damn, the human being has been here for thousands of years. Shouldn't somebody be figuring something out? Like, damn, I might not need to do nothing wrong to nobody because I don't want to fucking incarnate again and have a hard life and suffer. I need to be kind to my fellow man. I need to love thy neighbor. You would have thought that all of humanity would have figured that out by now. Why haven't we figured that out yet? Why haven't we figured that out? If you can tell me why we haven't figured that out, then maybe, yeah, I'll buy into the, yes, suffering is necessary, adversity is the best teacher. I ain't buying that bullshit though. I'm not. Suffering is highly unnecessary. All you need is a good heart and a sound mind, and all of humanity will run like a machine. It will be perfect. We can have a utopia. But we are damned, and that's what they told me. That's what the frequency told me. But anyway, so the meaning of life is death. The earth is not your home. There is a heaven. And they told me there was a hell too. But I don't know. I have to keep meditating. That didn't resonate with me. But like I said, do this yourself. Tap into the frequency, lock into it, and stay locked into it until it starts talking, until you can start accessing the information that that frequency carries with your third eye. I think that's all I have to say. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments section. I'll be glad to answer it. God dang, my mouth. I smoke, so my lips are peeling. I need to quit, but I just can't. But anyway, don't be hard on yourself. Don't stress too much, because this is transitory. It doesn't matter. Nothing you do matters. Because if it did, we would be all carrying our memories with us into our next lives. We wouldn't be reliving life wondering why this and why that. We would just know. If that was the law, if it was the law that your actions do carry over and they count, then we would remember them, so we wouldn't repeat them again. If the universe really likes and craves expansion, then it would not like repetition. It would want to expand more. It's like, no, we've seen this already. Why isn't it doing that? Because it is doing that. It's just that this planet here is damn. People are stupid, dumb, and blind. And we're just repeating shit. Warring, famine, disease, death. Struggling to survive, trying to make a dime, death. So all there is just love. Now, if you're contemplating suicide or you think I'm trying to tell you to kill yourself, do not do that. I repeat, do not do that. This frequency was trying to tell me to kill myself. I didn't want to believe that. That didn't sound right. But then I think about that guy who had that cult who made them people drink the Kool-Aid, Jim Jones. I mean, he could have known what he was talking about. Because really, the better you're doing here, just the further in the illusion you are. The further you're trapped into this illusion that this place has something for you when it doesn't. You're just tricking yourself. Think about all the people who have tons of money and fame and fortune, and they're depressed. It's because this shit doesn't matter. It doesn't matter here. But don't kill yourself. Stay here until your time is up. And just know that whenever you need a friend, whenever you need help, whenever you have a question, go into meditation. Go into a trance to a nice song that really resonates with you. It doesn't have to be all woo woo and singing bowls and the om. I mean, unless you want it to be, but it doesn't have to be all that fancy smancy shit. You can meditate to a damn rap song. Just tap into the frequencies. And another thing, if you do, make sure it has a lot of bass. If you tap into a certain song, make sure it has a lot of bass. Or it's one of those songs that you meditate to. Anyway, tap into the frequency until it speaks to you and lock into it. And it will tell you something. God is real. God is a frequency. And God, in my experience, does not think like human beings, so don't expect. I mean, he point blank told me, I'm not here to make you feel good. I'm here to tell you the truth. And that blew me away. So God does not think like man does, like, oh, let me sugarcoat this, let me give you a hug, give you a kiss. No. So there'll be more videos coming up the more I tap into these different frequencies and get information. But I want you guys to try it too. So tell me what you get when you do this. Or if you find another method of tapping into frequencies, talking to entities or God or whatever. Bye.